From Season 3, Episode 2 may have just given us a huge hint about Fatima's future, and I'm not actually going to be talking about the scene that you think. Well, not exactly. What's up, guys? This is Jim from the Bingetown TV podcast, and today I want to break down a huge theory about Fatima's future in From. Spoilers for From Season 3 ahead. So yes, Fatima eating the rotten crops is very telling, and we can get into that later in the video. But first, let's talk about something that happened immediately before she eats the crops. Fatima says goodbye to Ellis and goes to walk into the house and grabs the doorknob, and we hear it jiggle a little like it's locked. She then stops, makes a face like she's smelling something bad, or maybe good depending on the point of view, and then walks away from the door. We then see the mean girl from last episode walk back into Colony House with no problem. Was the door locked to Fatima right there in that scene, or did she stop in her tracks because of the smell of the crops? What if Fatima went to open the door and it was actually locked to her, which surprised her and then gave her time to notice the crops? Why would the door be locked to her? Well, what if she's either turning into one of the monsters or she has a monster growing inside of her? The talisman is hanging up in Colony House, and if Fatima is alone and isn't let in by someone, she may not have actually been able to open the door at all. Ever since these changes have been occurring for Fatima, we've only seen her entering buildings with Ellis opening the door first. There's been a lot of theories about the monster kimono lady being Fatima because it matches closely with outfits she's worn before, but even if we put that theory aside, it is definitely weird that Fatima, who apparently couldn't get pregnant, got pregnant, or if you don't believe she's actually pregnant, began having her symptoms right around the time the Smiley monster was killed by Boyd. What if the town is replacing the Smiley monster with a new one? Now let's talk about some further evidence about the possibility that Fatima is either becoming a monster or going to birth one. Of course, the state she's been in since she's become pregnant is a big red flag. While Maury could be right and she could just be malnourished, constantly being sick, losing a tooth, and then chowing down on rotten vegetables doesn't seem like normal pregnancy symptoms. But let's also talk about something that a lot of people may not have noticed or connected the dots on. In episode 2, after being sick, we see Fatima stare into the mirror looking at herself. This seems like an ordinary scene until you realize this isn't the first time someone has done this in the exact same mirror. In Season 2, the monster who was let into Colony House looked at herself in that exact mirror. This same monster said, "It wasn't my choice to be this way," when she was speaking from outside the window. Could that just be the normal monster BS that they say to the townspeople, or did it mean that she was turned into a monster by someone or something? It would be super tragic and sad if the light of the town, the person who was able to be the most optimistic person while living in awful conditions, becomes a monster and a permanent part of the town and a part of everyone's nightmare. And let's not even get into what it would do to Ellis. Did the town manifest a new monster to replace the monster who was killed? Is the manifestation Fatima herself, or will she birth a monster baby? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and if you liked the video, please hit that subscribe button because a lot more theory videos are coming. Until next time, guys.